Okay. So for this apostrophe, possessives and plurals, let's focus on two concepts. One, we are working with the plural nouns, whether to place an apostrophe or not. For plural nouns, we don't need any apostrophes, okay? As per the rule is concerned, plural nouns do not require apostrophe, number one. Number two, singular possessive nouns do require apostrophes. Like what? The companies. You're talking about one single thing and its belonging. What are the things that belongs to it? Okay. Even though the word ends with S, but still if you're talking something about it, okay, anything related to it, you're still going to place apostrophe S. Clear? Next. What about the other aspect? For plural pronoun, possessive nouns, we are going to place apostrophes after the S. Okay. That's with the rule. And with the contractions part, with the nouns and verb, you have to identify between is and has from the options given. Is it right? What was it right? I don't know. Complete your sentence. Don't give me in fragments. I can't decipher or decode your segments, right? All right. So this is with the contractions of nouns and verbs is and has. With this is exclusively asked for contractions. Now let's also, I mean, rarely, because with pronouns you have that questions being asked with contractions. Okay. Now let's move on. A noun for always, okay, how do we identify whether I need an apostrophe or not for my first noun? Let's say back, like first noun, immediately you have a second noun, right? Here you can identify that. See, this is brains is your first noun. Neuron is again a second noun. So we have to have an apostrophe. If you want to place apostrophe, then we need two nouns. Okay, we have to have a noun and a noun, not a noun and other parts of the speech. Am I clear? To place apostrophe for the first noun, you have to have another noun. Clear? I think you got the answer. Anvita. Yes. All right. So studies have suggested that memories are stored as unique firing patterns of the what? Of the brain. Okay, we only have brain. One brain. It cannot be brain's neuron. One single neuron? No. Brain, what? So many brains? So whose neuron are we talking about? So this is incorrect. Now moving on to B. We'll work on that. Now what about brains? So many brains belonging to the neurons belonging to the so many brains? No. Doesn't matter. No, it doesn't fit to what we are looking for. Brains and neurons. Okay. The apostrophe is not making sense with neuron. We need here, this is a plural noun. That's it. One is plural noun. So you can easily identify these things. Okay. The first noun usually will be having an apostrophe and the second noun will have what? It will be plural noun. That makes a complete sensible answer for our blank. Clear? Now, if you read it, you can sense it, right? It will be absolutely correct. Firing patterns of the brain's neurons. That's it. Okay, we are talking about the neurons belonging to a brain. Clear? No, no, no. There is no was. Okay, was is not tested. Okay. Remember, it's only is and has been tested under contractions. How can we write was with contractions, dear? There is nothing like that. Only is, nouns, apostrophe s. You should also check out for the contractions when you read. If you split that, you will find it. Oh, okay. The splitting itself will give you an idea whether it has been contracted, the noun has been contracted with is and has. Clear? All right. But remember this, noun, the first noun should have apostrophe s. The second noun have to have, yes, It has to be plural noun. Okay. Noun has to be followed by a noun for an apostrophe s for the first noun. You cannot have second part of the noun and or second part any other parts of the speech. Am I clear? Got it. Good. Now let's move on. Yes. Others in the room? Others in the room? Are you all clear with the apostrophe thing? Placing the apostrophes? Very simple rule. We need a noun, two nouns. First has to have an apostrophe and the second has to be a noun, but plural noun. Chalo. We nailed it, right? Good. Good going. Proud of you all. Be like this, okay? Next. Now let's talk about pronouns. Nouns and all, we got it because by the noun thing, we can easily assume that, okay, plant is singular, plants are plural. Chalo, I get some sense out of. But what is how we understand with pronouns? They are bit different than the usual nouns, okay? And you're tested on this. So we have different how to place the apostrophes. You need to work a little bit. So pronouns generally never use apostrophes. When? For his and hers, don't use apostrophes. We are not going to place apostrophes after his and her, okay? Even because his and her are possessives. You don't need apostrophes for that. For example, his favorite food is the same as hers. This was my first question. For pronouns, tell me what are the possessive pronouns. And yours, ours, theirs, all these will not be needing apostrophes. So the do's and don'ts of apostrophes. Number one, for pronouns, you will not require an apostrophe if you're talking about his, her, yours, ours, and theirs. Okay? Keep that in mind and we move on because they are possessive pronouns. Why do we need apostrophe here? As such, they are already possessive and they're telling us their possession with the rest of the sentence. Okay. Now, here's what you're tested. It or their. Okay. This is tested and that can replace a noun in a sentence. Okay. So these are been, first you'll have a noun, subject, some name of a person or a thing or somebody or an idea, and then followed by it or their. And for example, okay, this is not needed. Let's go directly to this part. So here you're again tested on the contractions part. Okay. So you have to identify whether it is or it has. How do you do it? Like this. So you will usually have it's. So when you split, you will find that they're talking about it is. Okay. So contractions usually will be with it is and it has, just like the noun form. Clear? Just like the noun, here also the same contractions. The second type is possessives. Okay, so you will be asked to identify between this and this. One of the options. So your job is to identify, is it a possessive pronoun or is it a contraction? Okay, you have to distinguish between when you're reading the options, when you read the text part, you will certainly identify whether you have to check with the contractions or is it talking about possessives. Okay, now like this, we are talking about the tail, possessive pronoun. Okay, the dog wagged whose tail? Its tail. Okay, right. Next, the company is expanding its operations overseas. So some of these for possession, we use its. This is the form. Never forget this is possessive pronoun. Okay. And then we're talking about, we are describing a part of something. The book is missing its cover. Can anybody make few more sentences like this? I need two sentences for each of this. Possession, part of something, referring to the attribute or quality. Come on, look at this pattern and try to make two sentences for under each concept. Think along with the same pattern. you will get your answer how to write. Yes. Again, the flow stopped. Okay, good. Let me put this. So, wow, good, good, very good. So let me take your answers onto the screen so your friends can also read your answers. Okay. Good job, Anvita. Perfect. Let's see if her answer is correct or not. Her explanations under possession. If you want your answers to be, put on the board like this, you need to answer in the chat box. Okay, for the possession, the school has its own rules. Very good. The bus has its own prices. Cha. Okay. Is it possession? Okay. Next. Okay, let's see. Huh. So you're sending, okay. It's her birthday. Says who? Says who? Whose birthday are you talking about? Oh, Anish. Good. The sun burns using its own gas. Perfect. That's a good one. Others in the room, like what? Is this session only for the three of these students? Aren't you part of this discussion? Come on. Come on. Put some energy into your fingers and your brains. Use it. I've already gave you an example. All you have to do is replicate the pattern. That's it. The sun burns using its own gas. Come on, describing a part of something. Do this. The book is missing its cover. The tree sheds its leaves in the fall. What more answers can you come up with describing part of something? Come on, everyone, in the chat box. Okay, Lalita says it's her birthday. Oh, is it? Good. So, okay, all three of you, well done. Let me see some new. Okay, hi Mitra. The bird fly with its wings. The bird fly. The Umar. The bird fly. Hmm. The bird fly or flies. Subject verb agreement. Can you correct yourself? The bird flies with its wings. See, if you're putting in, answers on the text, I can correct. If you just watch, what's the point? Right? Okay. Keep learning. But good job, Omar. Good. We have another one coming out. The bed is missing its covers. Whose bed is missing covers? Okay, good. Acha. Okay. All right. So the cafe has its own playlist. Good. Good, Mitra. That's good. So we have wonderful answers coming up. Proud of you all. Very good. If you know this, making all these answers, then it would be easier for you to actually put these concepts when you're working with these questions. As simple as it is. So this is the lizard thing. I don't know why. What's so fancy about the lizards? So what is this all about? Anish. Okay, this is Anish V. The lizard. The lizard saw last night. The lizard I saw last night was missing its tail. The lizard I saw last night, it was missing. Had its tail missing. Had its tail missing. Okay. Anish, that's the way you write. Okay. The lizard I saw last night had its tail missing. We're not working on the had part here. We are talking about the its part. But sentence, I made a little correction over there. Okay. Anish K. How many of you saw yesterday's French Open? Any tennis, hardcore? That's okay, Anish. That's fine. Very good. Good job. It's the best game in wait a minute. What is this? It's the best game you're here talking about. It is. Whose answer is this? It's the best game. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. Let me see. Huh. Anish K. Let me correct this. Here, your answer meant it's here means not, that is incorrect. If you're writing something like this, here you meant it is the best game in the current what? Did I miss? Generation. Okay, in the current generation. Okay, so your answer, the sentence formation is incorrect. We are not there. It is not talking about the possessive pronoun, right? Okay. Yes, Mazu. Oh my God. I really appreciate you. After a long time, I'm actually seeing your answer. Good. Every place has its own beauty. Correct. Absolutely. I didn't have fun at semifinals actually. I'm so used to Nadal and Federer and all that. The kind of game, it's not that powerful. So every place has its own beauty. There you go. That's correct. He put the sword in his sheath. Oh, that's interesting. Anish K, good. Wow, because you're doing good. So you're getting it right. So the point is we are using for the possessive pronouns. This is tested. So you should be absolutely mastering this. So when we have IT apostrophe S, it means it is or it has. This is a contraction form. But when we write ITS, we are looking for possession here. Here, now I think by texting that your answers in the chats, you're clear on this concept. Okay. I believe you. Things are clear. Okay. What about this? Referring to an attribute or a quality. The software has its own unique features. Oh, they're talking about its quality. Can you make a sentence? Now I need someone like who haven't tried. I'm going to take there on the main screen. Okay. Come on. Each country has its own traditions and customs. Just on the similar pattern, try think on those aspects. Don't give up thinking. He choose the area for its atmosphere. Okay. Good, Anish. Come on, everyone. Or do I need to take your names? Dhriti, haven't seen your answer. Guna, Nandan, Nitya, Saisha. What happened, Saisha? Not proactive in the chats. Sneha, Venkat. Why? No? Come on. Give it a try. This is our very own Anish K's answer. Okay, one more. I'm going to take it on the screen. Come on. Saisha, come on. Okay, Venkat. Amazing. Good, man. Too good. Everything has its own characteristics. Good. You too have it, your own characters, right? Very good. Good. Anyone else? That's it. We shall move to the next part of our discussion. I think you're very clear when it comes to possessions, when it comes to describing part of something, or when it comes to describing an attribute or a quality of something, we are using, if you're describing, if noun is already been used, that is software. No, software is a noun. Then its possession is represented in the form of pronoun, but a possessive pronoun. Good. Very good, everyone. Okay. Be proactive like this. Now let's see how to choose its versus it. This is the biggest, confusion, because if you're not aware of the rules behind it, then naturally you will not able to choose. Okay. Why is this incorrect? Some critics of the internet has argued that it's danger because its vastness. Whose vastness? We are not talking about belongingness, right? Possession here. This is a contraction basically. It is vastness. Because it is vastness, no, threatens people's intellectual health. Something is not correct. Okay. By the way, this is like you if you find this kind of, this is biggest, this is where you can easily eliminate. This can be one of the options, and you will never have that. You either have apostrophe this or you will have this. You are never asked on this. I mean, you're asked, but it is given as a wrong one of the choices. You have to eliminate that. You cannot have this, it's. Okay, right. Does it make sense here, right? Ah. So what makes sense over here is some critics of internet have argued that it is a danger because it's whose whose vastness quality. So remember quality, we are describing the attribute or its quality of something, of the so-called noun. We're talking about internet and its quality. So we are using possessive pronoun. Clear? Hmm? Yes or no? Yes. I take it as a yes. Okay. Just in case, is it clear, everyone? Oh, good. Good. So remember three things with possessive pronouns. Only this: possession, if it is describing part of something, or if it's describing or referring to attribute or a quality. Clear? That's where you find ITS, II, Roger it. Everybody Roger it. Okay. How many of you know that? Roger it? Right? Have you heard this? Roger it. If you are watching any, combat, yes, copy that. Good. If you're watching any combat kind of content or anything related to defense, you will certainly come across this. Roger it. Good. Let's move on. Okay, we also have uh this type of question, just like confusion with IT apostrophe S and ITS, where one is asking about contraction, another is about possessive pronoun. We also have something with there, and there. Okay, this is, of course, they are. It's a contraction, right? When you speak, you use this. And THEIR is related to, we are talking about who's belonging that, the belongingness, THEIR, possessive of they used before a noun. Look at the example over here. Although they're usually powered by, okay, by reading itself, you can identify. So you will find such options, such incorrect options. When you read, you can easily identify. To your ears, you can sense it. Something is not correct. You will be marking, look out for those. If you find this, I'll be eliminating right away. Even this, because there is related to place. We use there is a, there was a. We are talking about a place over there. Demonstrative pronoun. There means it's a demonstrative pronoun. We are talking about a place. So what's the right answer for this? Although there. Okay. So here we are talking about contraction, usually powered by rowers. So if I split, let's split and see. Although there, right? That's what the discussion is about. So when you split it, you will find they are. Although they are usually powered by rovers, canoes may also contain sails or motors. Right? You have, once you read it, you can understand whether this is a contraction or are they talking about they, her, is a possessive noun, pronoun, or is it about location? You're tested on these three. Most of the time, they is always in the wrong option. Okay, you can easily eliminate this. Look at with the there, possessive pronoun. Um, if you are reading this, deactivated viruses form the basis of many vaccines known for their effectiveness in preventing diseases. Let's split and see whether we need to use a possessive pronoun or a contraction. Okay, you're always tested on these. Possessive pronoun, contraction, or THERE. That's it. Here you go. So deactivated viruses form the basis of many vaccines known for their effectiveness. We are talking about belonging of the effectiveness, right? And so as with this place. Okay. So we are tested on only on two aspects. One with it and it's there, and there. All sound like homophones, but just be careful because you're tested on this. Next. Let's do this. Yes. Until recently, it was believed that silent synapses connections between neurons remain, okay, we don't need that, we'll need to talk, were present only during early development. However, new research suggests that dash role in the adult brain, okay, whose brain are we talking about? That its role in the adults or it is role? Definitely it is not the right one. This is the contraction. Do we need contraction over here? No. Okay, we are talking about they. It's a possessive pronoun. However, in new research suggests that their role, whose role? Whose role are we talking about? The neurons. Whose role are we talking about? The neurons. Ain't it? The subject is here right now. And we are still talking about that remain inactive until memories are formed, were present only during early development. However, new research suggests the dash role, okay, neurons role we are talking about. So there is correct. Why is this not correct? What's wrong with this? Yes, Anvita, perfect. So why is it this? Why D is incorrect? Okay, you got it correct. But why is it not its? Because it's not, this is plural, right? We're talking about plurals. It's a plural noun. So we are still talking about it. Therefore, your answer should be there. It cannot be its because the subject is not singular. Good, Mitra. Very good. Everyone, good job. Let's move on to the next part of our discussion. We have more questions lined up. So let's see. First, you need to check whether the first noun is singular or plural. Does it require an apostrophe or not? Do this. Victor Montenegro and his colleagues conducted experiments to determine whether dash varied over time. Okay, we're talking about particles. Whether the particles electric charges. No. Particles. We're talking about electric charges of whom? Of what? Good, Saisha. Good. Good to see you in the chats. So whose electrical charges are we talking about that varies over time? That varied over time? The particles. But is it single particle or plural? Whether the particles electric charge, are we talking about the singulars or plurals? Certainly it's not B. Why? Because we need an apostrophe before. Yeah, we need to have noun, right? We need two nouns as per the rule that I've discussed. So no, B is not going to be an answer. Yes, dear Anvita. Good. So we have seen particles, electric charges we are talking about, which varies over the time. So it cannot be plural noun as well as plural, you know, two plural nouns can't be. We need to establish ownership, like possession, right? Yes, everyone, your C answer is correct. Good job. Let's move on. Is it fun? Are you learning? Yes. It's fun learning, right? When you go little specific, what happens is you'll put a lot of brain into it, a lot of thinking, and you make silly mistakes. Aren't we familiar with this? But this is the digital SAT way, right? So we are working on more practice. Easy ones, you get into the trap. Often we fall into the traps. This one. Now let's see. Don't read just before the blanks, okay? Don't do that because the subject can be somewhere else. Agents estimate that more than half of all the non-fiction books, okay, credit to a celebrity or other public or as those who paid to write other blank. So authors are paid, okay, written by ghost writers, okay, who are paid to write other what? Other peoples. Do you say peoples? No, we never say peoples. People itself is plural, right? What is peoples? Next, again the same mistake, peoples. Or we are left with two choices. Both are correct. Now you need to choose which one is correct. Good, Anvita, Anvish. Okay. Good, everyone. Anish, that's correct. Answer A is correct. Everyone who are who not answering, answer A is correct. Why is it correct? We are talking about the people and their stories. We're not talking about peoples and their stories. This is too much exaggeration. So there you go. Though the first noun has apostrophe S, the second noun has to be, what did I tell you? Right? It has to be plural noun. An apostrophe noun and a plural noun. Got the pattern? Just catch hold of the pattern and let's see. Somebody has sent me a question, so I probably might have a question on that. So stay back till you find your answer. Who was that who sent me a question? Is it Lalita? No. Okay, let's do this. Okay, if you're caught between this, so many of these, you can draw. You can draw. Now here, let's look at the most beautiful drawing from your map. Okay, back again, I'm going to draw and show you the Picasso style. Okay, and the contemporary style. Which choice completes the text? So let's see. Screws the threads. So let's say we have screws. Okay, my screw. Okay. So we have more than one screw. Oh, wait. Screws threads. Mhm. Okay, before I answer, everybody are busy marking answers. So we need one screw and its thread, right? So this is the threading. Okay. So binding the straw tightly around the what? This can't be. Certainly not this. Yes. There you go. Bingo. Good. Good, Anish. Saisha, correct. Correct. Good. We are talking about one screw and its threads. Any doubts, anyone? Apart from the others who have been proactive? Anya? Abhinav? Dhriti? Come on, Dhriti. I need to see your answers. Nandan? Sneha? Venkat just answered and left. Like he's back. Okay, I'm fine. Ma'am was like asking, let me give something and then bindas, ekdam. Like, let me stay relaxed. No, that's not going to do. You have to put your answers. Next. There you go. Acha. What's this? Anya? You just, once I call you, I see your answers. Okay. Oh, you need that attention? Okay, I'll give you. All right, let's see. In the Death Valley's National Park racetrack, Thalia, a flat, dry lake bed. Okay, all that. Racetrack like trails in the blank mysterious migration. Okay, so we're talking about migration over here. Chalo. So I see answers coming up, but why the same? Come on, others in the room. Why is it Claire's sediment marks the rocks? Rocks mysterious. Oh, that's a mistake. Thalia's sediment marks the rocks mysterious. Whose mysterious migration are we talking about? Dude. Champs. What are we writing here? Huh? See? Since every time you're getting it correct, you thought, okay, let me do it in fluke. No. Claire's sediment marks the rocks. What? The moment the mysterious migration is, whose mysterious migration are we talking about? So we need, here go, there you go. That's a, yes, very good. Rocks, mysterious migration. So we need apostrophe S, right? This one. Claire's sediment marks the rocks, mysterious migration. Rocks are plural and we need an apostrophe here because, yes, Anish, that's what I'm trying to say. Whose migration are we talking about? The rocks migration. Okay, why is it not this? We're not talking about one rock over here. How can they talk about one rock? So this is not going to be correct. Nor this, because they're talking about whose sediments? The player's sediments. Okay, so we have to look for two apostrophes here. See? That's why. I know. You're in soup right now. You know it, but you made a mistake, right? So go a little slow. Don't get, overconfident about your answers. That's why I keep saying don't make silly mistakes. Smartest kids make silliest mistakes. So player's sediment marks the rocks. Why is this not correct? You can't have many of those sediment. Only single? That's incorrect. Am I clear, everyone? Yes? See, Anvita? So this is Pleiades sediment, marks the rocks, mysterious migration. So there you go, C is your answer. Kabhi kabhi hota hai. Good. All right. Seems you're all enjoying the whole thing, but let's call it off. But wait a minute. There's a question that was being asked by one of your friends. So I want you all to answer her question. Why is it A incorrect? Okay, don't need to name whoever it is. That's fine. Just that I wanted to know. I don't have the name saved. Okay. We're talking about this ensures that when you see the movement of the what? Of the hands on the pendulum clocks. So we're talking about the hands which are present on the pendulum clocks. Correct? Or are we talking about an ownership? Okay, forget about A. Don't mark A again. Anya? Yes, Anya. Perfect answer. Good. Good. So what's others' answers? Come on. I got Anya's answer, which is perfectly correct. Absolutely correct. So whoever sent me, please listen. Saisha, that's correct. So what are we talking about? We are talking about the hands that are present on the pendulum clocks. It has nothing to do with possession, correct? So why do we need hands on the pendulums, right? Anish, how come it is D? Movement of what? Hand, one hands on the pendulum, one clock. How is it? Please. Yes, Mitra, that's correct. So C is your answer. We're just talking about the hands on the pendulum clock. That's it. They're not talking about any ownership over here, any possession. They're not possessing, hands are not possessed on the pendulum clock. Rather, we can say pendulum clock's hands. That would be correct. The order, sentence formation would be that way. Okay, clear? So it's movement of the hands on the pendulum clock. That's it. You don't need to place any apostrophes, neither for hands nor for pendulum clocks. Make sense, right? Correct. So this was sent by one of your friend. So next we'll be moving to not cross text but function type of questions. We have 4 more concepts. I mean, I don't know, like the newbies, don't worry, we are going to do, it's going to be a repeat. So that's it. Bye for now. So take care of yourself. Practice. I'm going to post some questions in the Google Doc. Complete. If you have any questions, please ask. All right. Shoot, you can leave.